All right, chat, we're at AutoZone because my handbrake keeps getting stuck. Can you guys tell? It got a little stuck. So yeah, we got to buy some WD-40 because I think I know how to fix this. Plus I need to get some Loctite for another project for this video. I got what I needed. Well guys, I was going to give you an angle of installing this, but it snapped off from this, my tripod stand. All right, so today we're installing these jack pucks. I got these from Driven Media. Shout out to Kevin Vo. I mentioned him in previous videos, definitely. So yeah, you throw the bolt in through this with Loctite, and I got Loctite 271 here. And yeah, this is supposed to save your pinch welds because this goes in here and you jack it up on the puck. I did ask their team, however, because I'm a little skeptical on these things. Because let's say you put it on this, it looks fine from this angle, but if you change it to that angle, there's a gap. So I'm a little concerned. They said I should be all right. They said a lot of people have used them, so we're gonna try them out. And honestly, my pinch welds are kind of jacked, literally. So I actually had to cut off the top just because it like hardened on the top. So yeah, this is probably the last time I'm ever gonna be able to use this bottle, just because it would not come out. I had to cut it off. I just opened the package of this one. This one's gnarly. How are the other ones? Ooh, that's gnarly too. What the heck? Are these used or something? I mean, that's brand new, but like, what? So I got one side on, so this is fine. I will say though, like, you notice how there's a big gap right here? There's no gap on the other side. I installed it both ways. I installed it with the bolts facing out, and on the other side the bolts are facing in, and both sides they're either this way or this way. You know, obviously this way is, or you know, this jacking point is like this. I think the other one is like that, so they don't feel that safe. But I do have a project for this right now, so we're gonna see how good these are. Now here's the dilemma. This is the new fender, right, that I just installed. Well, I can't really put the jacking puck in between this. Obviously, you know, he cut this because my jacking point was messed up. So, you know, that was kind of the whole point, is to put this puck here to fix this jacking point. But now I have the fender here, so I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do, to tell you the truth. I think I might have to go back to him later and have him cut this bigger so I can throw the puck in, because I don't feel safe jacking on top of fiberglass. Doesn't seem like the best idea. All right, I gotta give it a Versus Engineering and Kevin's team. This does seem pretty solid. I'm shaking it, and that thing's not moving. So thank you guys for a great project or product. Ow, that hurt. I'm trying to figure out what the hell is the emergency like brake line. I don't know what you call it. I'm pretty sure it's this one here. But the only way to really tell is to have someone pull the handbrake. So I'm gonna have my girl come out. But I think if this is the handbrake line, I have to take off the whole rotor, because it goes back here. It goes behind the rotor. So the idea today was to clean it, because like, I don't know if you guys can tell, there's a lot of spider webs. So I'm pretty sure that's part of the reason. This is probably getting rusty down there. And I noticed my pads are getting low. I mean, you can barely even see them, honestly. Hello, Laura. Yeah, you can barely see the pads. All right, so yeah, I have my girl pull this line, and it does move, and it barely moves. So it tells me that there's either something wrong in the front or inside of this guy, but I don't feel like taking the brake pad, the rotor, the caliper. I don't feel like taking all this apart, because I'm pretty sure it's underneath here. I think I remember, because I had to do this once before. But yeah, today's not the day. But the main point in today's video was just to see if these new jack bucks work, which they do. And then eventually the goal is to put the jack bucks on the front. But yeah, good to know that I know what cable it is. I just got to find out exactly what's wrong with the cable. Hope it's not the whole damn cable, because yeah, I don't feel like replacing this whole thing, and I don't feel comfortable doing it. But yeah, pretty sure I just got to take this off, spray it with some freaking WD-40 underneath. But obviously I cannot do that right now. And yeah, I definitely got to order pads. So I wanted to give you guys an update. All the clips you guys saw here, they're about a month old. Eventually I was able to put the jack stands on the front, and I had to use these in an upcoming video where I put on new rotors and put on new pads. And I gotta say, I feel like they're pretty reliable. So if you're kind of second guessing like me, just go ahead and get them. Versus Engineering and Kevin, they made a great product and they've held up pretty good. And I'll put a link in the description if any of you guys wanted to check them out.